Good morning, everyone. I'm Jessie,
And I am Elisa.
and we're going to discuss and give you information about sales incentives. So, first, partner, what comes into your mind when you heard the word incentives?
Syempre, rewards, commonly cash.
Yes, and I know hindi na to bago sa atin. Now, we automatically thought about rewards, cash, bonuses, recognition when we heard the word incentives, which means given to employees to motivate. That's why Salesforce incentives are a vital part of the business, and one of the best reasons is that they work. Later on, malalaman natin kung anong reason behind this. But first, alamin muna natin what is sales incentives.
Incentive pay are also known as pay for performance because it is generally given for specific performance result. Halimbawa, pag nasatisfy mo si employer sa sa trabaho mo, doon bibigyan ka niya ng incentive. It can be tangible or intangible rewards. Kapag naman kasi sinabing pay based on time that you have worked, ito na yung tinatawag na wages or compensation. But incentives are based on how you perform and how you satisfy your employer.
Great reasons to launch a Salesforce incentive program. First, to improve Salesforce. Simply because incentive increase performance by boosting the value people assign to work goals, causing them to make stronger commitments to those goals and achieve them. Next one, to motivate dealers and distributors. Yes, because may goals silang gusto nilang ma-achieve, and because of that, they tend to motivate and become better. Next one is to talk to customers directly. In Salesforce, once na may gusto silang ma-achieve, they give their full time and effort, and they come up with the different strategies like directly communicating to customers or negotiating by giving discounts or free gifts and many more. Next one, to compete with competitors by the Salesforce. So, together with incentive programs, nakakapag-inganyo kayo na mas maraming customers. Doon pa lang, may competition na between your competitors. May binibigay na goal sa employees at the same time, may incentive na binibigay sa mga customer na dahilan kung bakit sila nag-inganyo. So, next, to build team spirit among Salesforce. So, of course, as a team, you wanted to meet the goal na binigay sa inyo ng company. So, definitely, masusubok talaga yung samahan ninyo. So, next, to capitalize competitive nature of the sales team. So, again, incentives can cause stronger commitment to those goals and achieve them. Kaya lumalabas yung pagiging competitive ng bawat employees. The next one is to build stronger relationship. So, ang incentives kasi ay hindi lang basta-basta bonuses or rewards. It means so much sa mga employees na tumatanggap kasi katas yun ang pinaghihirapan nila. And it felt so much once na na-recognize yun ng company. That's why it builds stronger relationship. Lastly, to increase brand recognition with people selling products. Because incentives work as they give customers a final nudge to interact with your brand. By offering a reward or incentives, encourage them to take a next step in their journey with you.
Incentive plan design process is a design process that a company must know to ensure the effectiveness of the existing sales incentive program. The first step is to evaluate business economic value drivers. Value drivers are factors that boost your business success or value. It could be anything. It could be your skilled workers, products, brands, or marketing strategy that could drive your business success. It is important to know and evaluate value drivers since ito yung mga strength ng business mo or ito yung mga factors na pwedeng bigyan pa ng oportunidad, magbukas ng oportunidad para sa company, pwedeng maging weaknesses mo na siya, kaya kailangan ma-evaluate mo siya if ito ba ay medyo nagiging threat na for your business or hindi na siya value drivers for your business success. Step 2. Analyze the current plan effectiveness. So after the evaluation, you will check naman and analyze if the current incentive plan is working and effective sa Salesforce management. There is actually a list that will help the company to identify and analyze the existing sales incentive plan. First, the sales incentive plan must be supported by the marketing strategy and the long-term continuity of the sales force. So in here, kailangan mo sagot yung tanong na, does the existing plan helps or boost the company's marketing strategy? Second, if the return on investment is negative or marginal, the program should be reevaluated. So kasi kapag negative, ibig sabihin hindi nag-work or hindi naging maganda ang effect ng sales incentive plan sa sales force mo. So the last one is there are tactical issues na nagmumula from employees and employers that is still revolving around since we are avoiding this. The first is the overpay and underpay. Second is the resisting the management or doing my own thing. Third is gaming the goal setting process. So these issues need some further analysis before a new plan is effectively implemented. Step 4. Analyze companies that are in different stages of maturity typically have different products, unique strengths, and weaknesses. So dito, kailangan ma-analyze kung ano yung plan design na nababagay or na-align sa company's maturity, products, strengths, and weaknesses. So there are 3 types of pay system. First is the traditional wherein salary plus incentive. Third is the commission. It is giving incentive based on the sale by the day or by the year or by the month. Third is the hybrid of traditional and the commission. So, partner, para ma-determine yung right compensation or right incentive of your sales force, ay kailangan muna nilang malaman, critically fully understand the incentive plan design process to know the right incentive measures bago sila magpa-implement ng magpa-implement o magbigay ng incentive sa employee.
So that's it pala, partner. Now I know critical part talaga sa companies ang pagbibigay ng incentives sa mga workers na dapat may sinusunod na measurement. Take note guys ha.
Yes, tama ka dyan, partner.
So in the future, kapag naging manager na ako, I need to evaluate if mabibigyan ba kita ng incentives dyan. Joke lang. So let's proceed to the type of incentives. First, we have casual incentives. Can be given to an employee at any time as a reward of outstanding performance or to retain high-level executives. Casual incentives communicate to employees that you have noticed their efforts. People thrive on positive feedback. Example na to are cash bonuses or non-monetary items such as small gifts, lunches, or vouchers. But also, casual incentives can be intangible incentives. Manager will just commend you or praise you for your work.
Ang galing mo dyan, partner. So, parang ganun ba? You did not expect me to commend your work, right?
Yes, partner. But may drawbacks pa rin itong approach na ito since hindi naman lahat nakakatanggap ng gantong incentives and dahil dito, nakakaramdam sila ng inggit or envy, which is our first drawback. Lalo na kapag feeling nila is magaling din naman sila sa work na ginagawa nila. But the supervisor or the manager tend to not see that. Or marami pang reasons kung bakit.
Yes, actually, partner, nangyayari ito sa mga fast food industry. Some managers are giving their specific employee non-monetary items.
Yes, and hindi lahat ng tao is pare-pareho ng pagtanggap ng feedback, which leads to another drawback. There's feelings among workers that the supervisor may be acting out of favoritism. So, nangyari talaga to, partner. Lalong-lalo na hindi natin naiiwasan na isipin to ng ibang mga coworkers natin. And the last one is the use of rewards to maintain social distance. So, nakakalungkot dahil nagkakaroon na ng distansya or gap between you and the other coworkers that is more rewarded.
Structured incentive. Structured incentive can help direct employee efforts. Ito yung mga typical incentives. Examples nito are yung kapag may na-accomplish ako, halimbawa na-assemble ko tong 50 chairs, alam ko na agad na pagtas kong gawin to, meron ako makuha incentive or rewards. Example of typical incentives are piece rate pay for pruning or picking. Halimbawa, naisakay ko sa truck itong 50 sacks of rice. So, kada sacks of rice, meron katumbas yon na bayad. Halimbawa, 200 per sacks, no? Ganon. So, next is allowing workers to go home early with full pay when they finish our job. Kapag natapos ko lang tong trabaho na to, tsaka ko lang makukuha yung buong sweldo ko. Halimbawa, natapos ni employee yung paglalagay ng pagkakarga ng sako ng bigas sa truck ng 6 p.m. So, pagkatapos noon, 6 p.m., pwede nyo nang maiuwi yung buong sweldo niya. Next is on end of season bonus for employees who stay to the end. So, halimbawa, itong si employee na to, tinapos niya yung trabaho niya, nag-apply siyang trabaho, itong summer job, sa pagkakarga ng bigas, and then, tinapos niya yung summer job na yon. So, at the end, binigyan siya ng incentive or rewards. So, next is quality or production incentive. Ito naman yung maganda or maayos yung pagkaka-assemble ng isang bagay. Halimbawa, ako, pina-assemble sa akin yung burger, maganda ang pagkakaayos ko, maganda yung quality, yung production maganda rin. Ayun, bibigyan niya ako na ngayon ng incentive since na-satisfy ko yung employer ko. Next is bonus for reducing production cost. Ito naman yung mga bonus na binibigay kapag na-reduce mo yung production cost. For example is, pinagawa ako ng burger, imbis na 7 minutes, naging 5 minutes. So, doon, na-satisfy ko yung employer ko, binigyan niya ako ng bonus. And then last is profit sharing. So, profit sharing, ito naman yung parang commission. At the end of the month, yung profit nyo, or year, or day, yung profit na nakuha nyo, bibigyan ka nyo ngayon ng percentage ng profit na yan.
Examples of payments or benefits which are not incentives. Most mandated benefits such as unemployment insurance. Unfortunately, there is no unemployment insurance scheme available to the greater part of the labor population in the Philippines. There is, however, an existing unemployment insurance scheme for public sector employees who are members of the government service insurance system. Workers' compensation, also known as workers' men's comp, provide the benefits to employees who got injured or sick from work-related costs. Work comp also reduces your liability for work-related injuries and illnesses. Non-mandated benefits that do not fluctuate, such as housing, wage increase, vacation, or rewards that once earned are seldom lost. Pay tied to time work except for the bonuses, attendance, difficult shifts, and the like.
There are actually 7 steps in establishing structured incentives. First is analyze the challenge and determine if incentives are appropriate. Ito, akma ba yung pagbibigay mo ng incentives sa isang employee sa base sa performance niya or base sa ginawa niya. Second is link the pay with performance. Lagi mong titignan yung performance result bago ka magbigay ng incentive. Third is anticipate problems with incentives. Expect mo na makaka-encounter ka ng mga problems sa pag-implement ng incentive plan o pagbibigay ng incentives sa employee. Fourth is establish standards and determine pay and incentives. Ito naman, dapat may mga standards ka muna bago mo i-implement or magbigay ng incentives sa employee. Fifth is protect workers from negative impact on incentives. Ito, may mga scenario na nadidiscriminate yung nabigyan ng incentive or nabubuli since yung mga hindi nabigyan is magkakaroon ng envy feelings. Dapat magkaroon ng rules and regulation within the workplace na nagpo-protect sa mga workers na nakakatanggap ng negative impacts. So, 6 is improve communication with regards to incentive with employees. Ito na improve din natin yung relationship between employer and employee. Last is periodically review incentive program. Dito dapat nire-review mo, ina-evaluate mo, ina-analyze mo kung maganda ba yung effect ng incentive plan or kailangan mo pang baguhin itong incentive program mo.
Job-related incentives. Non-tangible benefits like vacation are only appropriate in company culture. This type of incentives can be double win for a company and for the salesperson. The price should be something sexy enough to get a salesperson excited, but also have the potential to positively impact their productivity. For example, the salesperson wins by getting a new toy that helps them para mas maging motivated. The company wins dahil the prize not only motivates the salespersons to work harder to earn it, but also because it will ultimately make them more productive na nagre-resulta para makapag-generate ng mas mataas na sales. Plus, the salesperson could be piloting a new sales tool that could also help the team. Types of salesman incentives. Choosing the right sales incentives to motivate a team can be challenging. On the other hand, they need to be exciting enough to motivate a sales force to change their behavior or at least point it in a certain direction. So, sales incentives ay hindi basta-basta. They need to fit within the organization budget or not cost so much that they can cancel out the benefit of holding a sales contest in the first place. Incentives can come up in a number of different flavors, all which can be effective. Kailangan lang talagang pag-aralan ng maigi.
So, tangible incentives. Tangible, obviously, ito yung mga incentives na visible sa eyesight mo. Examples are cash, items like phone, laptop, TV, or anything ganap na mahahawakan mo, na makikita mo. Matatawag rin na tangible incentives yung uniform na ibinigay sa'yo ng company when you start your work sa kanila, no? Kasi benefits din ito, hindi mo na kailangan bumili. Bali parang paunang incentive na to sa'yo sa trabaho mo.
Experience incentives. Sales manager can choose the right incentives to motivate a sales performance. Surveys have shown that experience impact happiness more than purchases. Creating a team-based contest with a team experience as a prize can add additional of effectiveness. For example, a nice team dinner or a team outing. So, mas nagiging effective when you all having fun. Not only do these types of sales incentives reward high performance, but they also help them to bond to each other, increasing the likelihood that they will stick with you for a long run.
Fringe benefits to salesperson. So, what is fringe benefits? So, yung fringe benefits, ito yung mga extra benefit na matatanggap natin kapag pumasok tayo sa isang company. So, first is based on time incentive. Ito naman yung benefits, based on time benefits. Ito naman yung mga benefits na matatanggap natin kapag dumaan ng holiday, vacation, sick leave. Halimbawa yung holidays. Kapag pumasok ka ng holiday, pwede kang bigyan ng double pay. Dodoblehin yung sahod mo or just a percentage. Ang normal percentage na alam ko is 30% of your 30% ng sahod mo matatanggap mo. Salary yung base sahod mo plus yung 30% ng base sahod mo, yun yung matatanggap mo sa araw na yun. Second, yung vacations, no? Pwede kang bigyan ni employer ng vacations, bakasyon, halimbawa Christmas vacation or summer vacation, pwede kayong company outing, ganon. Next is sick leave. Kapag hindi mo sick leave, kapag may sakit ka, yun, pwede kang bigyan ni employee ng sick leave. Pwede kang mag-leave sa araw na yun. Etong sick leave na to, sa pagkakaalam ko, kapag hindi mo siya nagamit, pwede mo siyang liquidate into cash. Pero depende yon sa company na papasukan mo. Personal leave, sabbaticals, and pregnancy leave, ito yung mga leave na pwede mong i-liquidate into cash. Depende, hindi lahat. Depende sa company yung papasukan mo. Ito yung mga leave na ibinigay sa iyo as benefits ni company. So, next is based on organization dues. Ito naman, examples nito is trade association, civic clubs, country clubs, and professional association. Ito naman, halimbawa, board of member ka. So, exclusively, meron kang exclusively benefits na para sa'yo lang. Okay, ganun yan. Next is based on retirement program. Meron ditong SSS, pension, profits sharing, salary reduction plans. Ito yung mga matatanggap mo pag nag-retire ka sa company based sa year, sa tagal mo sa kanila. Next is insurance and medicals. Ito naman, yung mga kailangan mo, yung alam mo na benefits na magbibigay ng, alam mo na safe ka. Dahil meron ka mga benefits na ganito. Halimbawa, na-aksidente ka sa company mo, ganun, alam mo na agad na, ay, okay, safe naman na ako sa pagdating sa financial, since sagot na ng company yung medical payments ko. Next is miscellaneous. Miscellaneous benefits, ito yung, halimbawa, binigyan ka ng phone, ganun, sa parking, binigyan ka ng sariling parking ni employer sa loob within the workplace, no? Pwede ring merong canteen, ganun, sagot na nila yung pagkain mo, mga ganung miscellaneous, no? Pwede ring mga program, seminars na makakatulong pa para sa pagtatrabaho mo sa kanila.
Oh, that's it pala, partner. But anyways, last part na pala ito ng ating presentation.
Yes, partner. So we thank you for listening, and we hope that you have learned something from what we have discussed.
And we have enlightened you all about sales incentives. Before we go, here's a quote from Stephen Levitt. An incentive is a bullet, a key, a frequently object with astonishing power to change a situation. That's all for our report. Thank you and have a nice day. Again, I am Jessie May Ayogaire.
I am Elisa Pakulan. Thank you.